That email is inflation is not 20%. What a disaster. Rivian made a bad decision. They should be focused on customers. It feels like they're breaking a promise.
We have been with you for over 3 years, and all of a sudden, right before you're about to take delivery, you're gonna increase minus $18,000 more.
With one swift move, Rivian has been able to anger pretty much their entire pre-order customer base.
3, 2, 1.
Now, what am I talking about? Yesterday, an email dropped in everyone's inboxes in which Rivian announced that there were going to be some price increases, right? And even though this is to be expected due to the current conditions of the world, nobody was really expecting a 20 to 25% increase in price, right? And if you think about it, there's some estimates that go as high as 70,000 pre-orders for these, and also, the estimates are that about 1,000 of those have been actually delivered to customers, right? So that means that as many as 69,000 customers just got an email in which they were notified that their price has just gone up to about 20 to 25%, right? And so that's our huge numbers. There's a huge disappointment. If you look online, people are losing their minds. People are canceling their pre-orders, and they're even selling all their stock. So it's not a good news because their stock is currently not doing well. It's sold for a certain price and now it's dropped and dropped and dropped. And so the people have lost about 60% of the stock value, right? And so with all of these bad news that keep showing up, and now with them alienating so much of their early, and the most loyal fan base, right? Their pre-order customers. Well, I don't know if Rivian's gonna be able to get out of this well. I currently see this from both sides because I have 2 pre-orders with them. I pre-ordered one in December, late December of 2018, and that R1T, the truck, because it's in its final stages of delivery, that was not affected by the price hike. But that is a vehicle that I don't really want. I just wanted to be able to get it and do some things with it, right? Like do some videos, do some reviews, do some tests, maybe rent it, put it on Turo. I had a bunch of ideas on how to make money with it, right? And so then maybe sell it, or I don't know. The car that we really want is the SUV, and I also pre-ordered one of those about 3 or 4 months after the initial pre-order, right? So on that one, I will get affected by the increase in prices, right? So now what I have to decide is if I'm willing to pay the new price, because it was somewhere around $78,000, but now I'm looking at, for those same specs, somewhere around $90,000 to $100,000. And I gotta ask myself, am I willing to pay that much money for a vehicle? And the answer is I don't know. But here's the other thing, that at the same time as they announced the price increases, they also have announced lower tiers and cheaper models of these cars, right?'re not available for immediate delivery, which is bad because that means that someone that is due maybe to be delivered next month, and now they're looking at price hikes, at the increased price. Well, they can't just downgrade to the cheaper models and expect to still receive delivery of this next month, because those new models are not going to be delivered until maybe next year, right? So anyone that was expecting a delivery within this year or early next year, so there's no way for you to choose a lower tier and be able to save and still get your car in time. Now you'd have to wait extra time, right? So it's either you have to pay for all that stuff, or you have to go down to a bare systems, right? But even that, there's some battery, I think, specs that are no longer available. They reshuffled the whole thing. So you're still gonna end up paying more if you want a delivery of a Rivian vehicle anytime soon, right? So I think a lot of people are disappointed, and rightly so, right? And they were expecting to pay a certain amount and get a certain amount of Rivian for that price, and now that is no longer gonna be the case. Now you can still pay, you know, in the upper $70,000 for less truck though, less Rivian, because now it's like the dual motor setup instead of the quad motor. Now there's like a smaller battery instead of the big battery. There you can downgrade in the rims and the wheels, the upholstery, maybe get rid of all those accessories like the kitchen and the tent and stuff, and maybe you'll still come up to the original price, right? But who wants to do that, right? No one that is gonna do that and is gonna be happy to do it. And so unfortunately, Rivian, I think they made a mistake. I think they should give people the ability to hold their price, right? But again, I mean, I don't know. You gotta keep in mind that these cars have not been delivered, and they're not going to be delivered until later this year and next year, right? And so, you know, the fact that people have given $1,000 for a pre-order, that's nothing. That's like 70,000 people. That's $70,000. That's peanuts. That's not enough to save this company, right? And so maybe what they need to do is just hike these prices, and hopefully they'll survive the huge PR nightmare that they've created. I mean, the online forums and Reddits are just littered with people that are just done with this company, and they're gonna cancel, and they're gonna not buy anything from Rivian ever again, right? I don't know. This is just high tensions are running right now. I don't know if they're really gonna, you know, maybe by next month everybody forgets once the higher numbers of these start rolling in and you see them on the road. These are amazing cars, by the way. When you drive them, I test drove twice the R1T, and yeah, once you get on it, you're like, man, I want one of these. Even if you're not like me, not a fan of trucks, don't even need a truck, but I'm like, I'm gonna get one of these because these things are so amazing, right? So hopefully Rivian can survive this, and hopefully this is just a small bump in the road. Elon said that production was gonna be hellish, right? That it's 1,000 times harder to make production vehicles than make a few prototypes, right, and drive them around to shows, right? So he predicted this because he's going through it, and I think Rivian is seeing just how hard it is to produce a mass market vehicle, right? So there you go. Sorry for the bad news. If you're thinking of getting a Rivian, well, maybe now's the time to do it, because there's going to be a lot of cancellations, so you might be able to move up in the queue, right? So there you go. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I thought it was one of the coolest things.
Yeah, you get your own flashlight, just in case.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, it charges. And the radio too.
So I'm like, huh? Really nice.
Hey, they're playing that song. It's grounding.
Of course they are.
All right, so I'm inside the tent, the Rivian tent in here, and it feels pretty nice. Oh, the dog's in here. Bruce and Wayne will be in here.
That towel too.
Oh yeah, some music.
So we have a few options. We have forest green at the end, Rivian blue, glacier white, mountain black, and LA silver.
And silver. Which one should we get? How about that blue one?
Yeah, Rivian blue.
Yeah.
I'll go and get the door for you.
All right. Thank
I'll
you.
be up in the front seat. The folks, if y'all like to go in the back.
This one has the regular wheels?
Yes, these are 20-inch all-terrain.
20-inch, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get the upgrade, so those are the wheels that I'll have.
Oh, okay. All right, you're gonna find your seat controls. They're on the left-hand side whenever you get a chance. Regen. Okay, continue up to 30.
Hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called, hybrid? Regen?
High brake regen.
Oh, high brake. Okay, that's the highest setting?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
And then we're gonna go back to the booth where we started, and we're gonna take the tractor. We're gonna hug the inner lane here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back that way. Perfect. And then go ahead and take this up to 30, please. And standard brake regen. Release the accelerator. It's a lot softer. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, go to continue braking. I'm going to leave it on the standard. I just wanted to demonstrate both hard and high end standard. We're going to take a left here at the directional signage, back to the booth. And then we should have the right of way. So yeah, we got a green flag, so go ahead and take it back to the left. We'll finish the course. Thank you so much. And then this part, what I want you to do is kind of just go in between the lanes, going back and forth to kind of feel the weight of the vehicle. That's stiff, and then this is soft. Do you feel any difference?
It's almost like opposite, right? Didn't the soft
Yeah.
a little bit stiff?
We're going to hug the outer lane this time, and then we're going to get to the entrance of the off-road track where you can see a stop sign up ahead.
I see over there. That side.
Go ahead and come to a complete stop. And straighten out the wheels for me.
Okay.
Perfect. And then I'm going to go and make a micro adjustment to your driver dynamics. We're going to go off-road into rock crawl. So that's going to actually raise our suspension a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Should only take a few seconds.
Air suspension.
All right, we're good to go. Go ahead and now take this up to 20 miles an hour. This is going to simulate like a country road. So right now, actually, I'm going to go into stiff. You'll kind of actually feel what, you know, the actual road itself, like the pebbles and rocks on the ground and everything. You kind of feel that you're on a country road as opposed to pavement, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take your ride back to soft, and it's gonna like level that out for you. Do you feel that?
Yeah, it's a little bit softer.
So now on the right hand, up ahead on the right hand side, we're gonna introduce some more articulation. So we're gonna take this at 3 to 5 miles an hour. And I'm gonna lower the windows down just a little bit, just so we can start listening to what the suspension is doing. And as long as we maintain momentum, we should be good to go. And take these corners like you're driving like a large school bus. And so nice wide turns. Perfect.
Off-roading.
So what's your claim to fame? What keeps you busy?
I'm a YouTuber.
Really?
I make electric cars, actually. I converted a classic car like 10 years ago.
No way.
Yeah, and now I still drive it. This is actually going to be my first store-bought, like,
Store-bought
electric car.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I made a video about this like a year ago, that this is going to be like my first, and I got a lot of views, and people were like, yeah, and people were saying like, no, why are you buying, you know, you should make another electric car, you know, like classic. And I'm like, yeah, I'm making those all the time. It's just, I think this was the thing that was really exciting to me like 3 years ago when I saw it at the LA Auto Shows. Like, I was mostly blown away that it was real. Before that, there's a lot of people that are just, you know,
you never know when a startup company is gonna actually go into production. A lot of times they kind of just, full disclosure, will tell you, you know, this is what we expect to happen and everything, and you know, so you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of like vaporware, and so I'm so like over it, you know. And this was the first time that I thought, no, this is real. Like, I saw it.
Right.
It seems real. Like I guess I could pick out, and you know, what is real and what's not, and you know, it's now here we are 3 years later, a little bit behind, but you know, everything is behind right now.
Right.
This is the world the way it is right now.
So up ahead, you're welcome to stay on this road. You can go in and out of the ruts to kind of feel, you know, that suspension go in and out. We're maintaining speed between 3 and 5, but we want to, you know, you to really get in to see like what's capabilities.
It's so easy to drive. Like, it's like the steering is so soft.
Yeah.
But you have enough feedback from the ground to see what is happening. But at no point does the thing pulls your hands, right? Like, it's you're doing the thing. That's pretty cool. I don't know how this compares to like other off-road vehicles, but it seems like it is very simple.
You know, I feel like it's a beast in its own, you know, space. So, you know, it's
seems like anyone could go off-road with this.
That's what I'm taking away from this experience. So absolutely.
You don't have to have previous experience, or it's like if you can.
And then I'm gonna throw up the cameras just to kind of see, like, if you happen to go through some, you know, rough road and you're not familiar with, you can actually see your front tire and your left tire, your right tire and left tire.
Right.
So it's a live feed. That way, you know, it really is a reference. Always, of course, eyes on the road, but you know, if you're going through some articulation that you're not familiar with, it's a great reference point.
Yeah.
How does it feel back there, guys?
It's good.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh, over to the right.
You guys have to make this course.
No, this course was already here.
Oh,
this is
okay.
actually like a horsebacking and bike trail. I believe we're one of the first ones to actually drive through it. So it is really you know, special for us.
So you take all of these. Are any of these ones that are driving have those other like bigger wheels with the small tires?
No, all the ones that are here have the 20-inch all-terrains.
Ah, the 20-inch.
Take
Those
this.
are all terrain.
Mm-hmm.
The 22s are like, what are they called? Like sport?
The 22s? Oh,
Yeah.
yes. It's like more of a performance tire.
So that would be more for city and less
City,
off-roading and stuff. So the ride would be a little bit less cushiony because there's less tires.
Right, but also, like, I mean, less traction, I guess you would say, like, through something like this.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I don't see myself doing this too much. Other than the fact that I could. But these would be the tires, so that these are like all the way around, right? Like all terrain.
Yep. All terrain. So, like, you know, up here y'all get like snow, don't y'all? Like, I mean, like snow and.
Not in Southern California.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm from Austin, Texas. So
yeah, no, never. Like snow out here.
The one time that we got snow, our whole city shut down. So it wasn't great.
Yeah, very little rain. It's mostly just sunny down here, right? So it's,
yeah. Well, I think it was a phenomenon really that it rained just yesterday, and it actually got some moisture for this terrain. When we first got here, it was really dusty.
Did I see some pictures of like people like it was muddy at one point or no?
Just yesterday. Mm-hmm.
It was like a white one that was super muddy that someone went.
Most likely, we have one white one down there. So on this course in the Vistas, you're gonna just keep your wheel placement, you know, forward on the track. A little more to the right. To the right. Mm-hmm. And try to keep both hands on the wheel. Perfect. But yeah, at this point you're really just feathering the brake and the accelerator. The regenerative braking is really going to do a lot of the work for you.
Yeah, I mean I'm so like I didn't even have to press it.
Yeah, almost doing like a one pedal driving.
Yeah. And this is still set at because this is the set
for rock crawl.
Rock crawl. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The cameras will come into play because like right now you have like no line of sight.
Yeah.
The next one, we're just gonna be like
completely blind.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking at the sky.
Yeah, which would be super scary on just a regular vehicle.
Right. It was super scary just going through this with just the cameras. I was still like, I can't see anything.
This one right here?
Yeah, this one's kind of steep.
Okay. So you have to apply throttle to this. Yeah, you didn't know where you're going here. And then you see the thing over here, you're like, am I gonna fall?
Yeah, the last one has flags. Because a little more to the right. Perfect.
Were you part of that Colorado excursion that that they had over there?
No, this is actually my first iteration of our first mile. I believe the very last one was in Sonoma.
Sonoma, yeah.
So this is my first experience with not only with the R1T, but also with customers. So I'm actually just with the company for about 8 weeks now.
Oh, I see.
So I'm just finished getting certified. I am just as eager to start deliveries, you know, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Had you been following the company before? Or?
Prior to it, no. I was kind of in my own bubble. It wasn't until a friend of mine reached out to me and told me about the company that really brought me, like, I gravitated towards it. Not only because I've always been interested in the EV space, but had no real, like, I guess experience with it. And, you know, learning about, like, you know, the company's values and what their statement is, it's really rewarding.
Yeah. So that's, yeah, and it's going to be the first one to deliver. I mean, already delivered some to customers.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a wild ride, and I am here for it.
Yeah, I guess on that other course, it was hardcore. That you needed spotters outside and stuff. It was pretty intense. All my friends got to go except me.
Oh, except well, now you got this one, and now you can rub their nose in this footage.
Yeah. Do they have the like a film crew out here?
No, we did have media. I was able to come out here and do some drives and everything the first day, I believe.
I see.
And then that was kind of it. The rest of all the reservations or for other appointments or for reservation holders.
Yeah, this one's a little hairy.
Yeah, you don't see all line of sight is just gone.
Yeah, I happened to go to the Sonoma one just by accident. We were there
really?
for another event that was
What was that like?
next door, and it was like this. It's just different terrain. This is dry. Over there is more like, I don't know. It's a little bit different, like more loose gravel. This is a little bit more
drier.
Yeah, and we didn't have pavement like this.
Oh, got it.
It was all off-road kind of thing.
Okay.
So
But you said, yeah, we're gonna take a left here. Well, after this next section is just the country road part of it. So this is kind of the end of the off-road, but then we're gonna go into the 0 to 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my wife was driving last time, so she didn't really like step on it all the way. And I'm like, come on, what are you doing? like go.
This is our opportunity.
And it was on off-road, so it was weird because it was pretty straight. Obviously, it was safe to do 60, but it wasn't paved.
Got it.
Which I think is definitely.
No, this runway is definitely give us the maximum experience for that. So I'm really excited.
So no one's done the crab. What is it called? No, the
Crab?
what is it? Or it turns. It's a feature that's not available yet, but it is going to be available. Tank turn. Tank turn.
Oh, tank turn? Oh no.
Nobody's done it here. Okay.
No, we don't. I mean, it's not a feature that's available.
It's
at
not
this
even
time.
in the cars, right?
Yeah, it's not even a thing. So.
Oh, I see.
Thank you. So we got a green flag up here, so we'll just roll through here. Once we get to the dry creek bed, we'll drop it down to 5, just to kind of go in and out of that.
Yeah, are you guys expecting a lot of people tomorrow?
Yeah, we do about 80 to 85 drives a day. So.
Even like on days like today?
Yep.
Wow.
Right here. We had 80 scheduled drives today. So there's a good amount of us. We're gonna come to the gravel up ahead and go and come to a complete stop there. Right before we enter the runway, I'm gonna make one last micro adjustment. So we're not gonna lower down our ride height. Keep
Oh yeah, I can feel it.
step. And high. Perfect. Go to enter the runway here on the right hand side. And then we're gonna get to a stop sign here where it says 0 to 60. So, perfect. So with this 0 to 60, you're gonna take it all the way to 60, and then I want you to feather the brake down to 40-45. So lightly press the brake to get that down to 40-45, and then I want you to relaunch it.
Okay.
So when you're doing the 0 to 60, both hands on the wheel, eyes forward, of course, and then I want to hear your foot to the ground.
Stop.
And do you want like a countdown or anything?
Are you ready, guys? Yeah, I guess so.
All right, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1. Relaunch it again.
Yeah, that top end, it's still there. Like at 60, you can still feel it. Like it doesn't taper off.
Yeah, and that's with a full, like, you know,
4 people.
There's 4 people in here, so, and I did not have a light lunch. We're gonna take this outer lane, come back around.
The official time is 3 seconds?
3 seconds,
3 seconds.
And that's with one driver, of course.
One driver.
So it definitely probably, yeah. Here, please.
Stop.
Yeah. And then we're just gonna go ahead and keep going. Take this up to 30, please. Once you get to 30, go ahead and hit the drive stop down once. Release the accelerator. And then now you're in cruise control. So both hands on the wheel. And then with the right scroll button, you're gonna actually maneuver it up and down. Those are your following distance. So it's gonna be have 5 car spaces, 4 car spaces, 3 and 2. The lowest one is 2 right there where you have it on. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna follow this lane here, and then we're gonna approach this vehicle that's up ahead. You're gonna see how it reacts to that. Just
Okay.
hover your foot over the brake,
The brake just in case.
just in case. We don't want to crash into that. And we're gonna see how it does.
Right. So this is the how much
Your following
space?
distance.
Oh, follow the distance, and this is the speed.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's doing it on his own.
Okay. Disengage by lightly tapping the brake and maneuvering over to the left.
Oh.
Perfect. And then we're going to go over to the right hand side. Once we get to the hay bales, we're going to drop it down between 3 and 5 miles an hour, and then we're going to park it. Try to park it to the furthest parking spot on the left.